Evening YouTube. Quick update on the Challenger. The pace has slowed right down now because the build's totally finished, and I'm struggling to weather it, to be honest. I know what I want to do. I think I know how I'm going to do it, but because it's such a special build now, a lot of the guys have said, I mean Cohen especially said, to do a piece of your personal history is a fantastic thing. And when I heard that, I thought, yeah, you got a point there. So to that end, I'm so frightened of messing it up. Still having fun with it, don't get me wrong, but I'm just slowing the pace right down. I think I said on the Chieftain build, I sort of rushed the weathering, and I'm not going to do that. I've been busy for the last couple of days, sort of scratch building. I'll give you a look at the model and the diorama in a minute. I'm not going to marry the two together now till it's finished. So we've got the model here. I'm in the process of painting the details. A bit of colour on the back there, lights a bit pants. Obviously this is all going to be, as blatant as it looks, this will all get weathered in. I just want to point out these covers that I've made. If you remember in the previous videos, that was clay, and I've made some, well, I think are nice covers. I am going to tone them down. I'll lighten them so they do look different to the rest of the tank, obviously. I've left the ammo boxes and the frame green. Now when you look at it, you'll think, why has he done that? Now because it's a personal story and it's a personal tank, I'll always remember we damaged our ammo storage for the Commander's Gympie, and a replacement was sent out. Now all the replacements that got sent out were green because we were set up for European operations, and all the stores reflected that. Before we went to the desert, nobody expected us to go to the desert, so I thought it'd be interesting to leave that green as a bit of contrast. Hopefully it'll work. So these covers, just as an aside, I just thought I'd show you how I made them. I don't know if you can see that, but that is actually, I don't think it's coming out, but that is a disc-spring wrapper. It's the metal foil, and inside there you'd have a disposable aspirin or disc spring. So I just took the tablets out. I had a bit of a headache, and as I took the tablets out, it's amazing, you get these little bits of inspiration. I just looked at it and I thought maybe that could work, so I primed it, and I think you'll agree that's quite a good effect. So there we have that colour. Now just to show, the clay for the cabinet bin is there. Now I'll put this light on, and that I covered in PVA and poured Sainsbury's Finest tea leaves on it, and I think you'll agree the effect is fantastic. Now I'll place the cabinet in the cabinet bin, as you can see there. Now this cover will eventually be super glued on there, like that. I'm going to put some loose tea in there so it sticks out through the grills, and like I say, super glue this down. The next bit I've been messing about with Again, inspiration just comes. I was walking around the pound shop with my daughter. I don't know if I've got it here. I haven't got it here. However, when we was in the Gulf, we used to have day-glow panels. I'm sure people will know about this, but we had day-glow panels on the back of the tank, which was to show the Allied aircraft that we were Allied forces, as well as the chevrons, which would be painted on. We had these day-glow panels, only visible from the air, and since we got air superiority within minutes, if I remember rightly, it was just so unbelievable. As the airstrikes were going in, we were constantly exercising, so we needed something to let the pilots know who we were, and so we had a orange day-glow panels. And now I've digressed a little. I was in the pound shop and I saw this horrendous £1 pillowcase, a cushion cover, and straight away I thought, that's the colour. So I bought it, and there you have it. That is going to eventually, obviously it's not going to be that big, but I am going to tone it down and make it look as if it's fastened to the rear bin there. I've done a bit of weathering on the jerry cans, I don't know if you can see that. That was just painted them black. Then I put the mascot on there, painted them sand, and just rubbed off the paint, which has worked out quite well. So like I say, apart from getting it weathered, she's more or less done. Lastly, I just thought, if the people on the ISM forum will have seen the diorama that I'm doing. For the guys who aren't on the ISM, I'm doing, the night we went into Iraq, we had this massive breach on the Iraq border, big tank berms, big sand barriers. So the engineers breached these, and all I remember that night is it was like being on the M25, because I've never seen as many vehicles amassed waiting to get through. It was like a traffic jam. It was absolutely unbelievable. But I thought, when I was thinking about a diorama, I thought that'd be perfect, because you see a lot of dioramas for the Charlie 2s that are just a bit of sand, you know, and there's no vegetation, there's nothing to bring out. And I just sat and thought, well, I'll do the tank berm. And here it is. It's clay and floral base. Like I said, the guys on the ISM will have seen how this came about. But there you have the berm. Right, so this still needs a little bit of work. There's quite a lot of loose sand on there, but basically she's going to sit right in there, and she's going to be coming out. So that's about it. Thanks to all my subscribers. 35 now. What happened there? Obviously, I must be saying stuff that you're interested in. Thanks again, guys. Just to know that me waffling is of interest to you, makes it all worthwhile. So enjoy your modelling, and I'll speak to you again soon. Ta-da!